So I got used to the weird behaviors of my in-laws, and then I didn't realize they were weird anymore. So when my parents came to my in-laws' house for the first time, it was kind of a disaster. So my in-laws are like a little on the like not eating side of food. So they don't have like big meals like that. Every meal they have is really small, and both my in-laws are grazers. So they're people who just eat throughout the day. And my parents are more like hearty 3 meals. Like that's kind of, so there's going to be conflict because of that. So they come to visit my in-laws on Cape Cod, and for the first dinner, my in-laws make what is a normal dinner for them. So what is a normal dinner for them would be like, I'm not joking here, like 3 pieces of tofu, maybe this big, like 5 pieces of broccoli, and like a couple slices of bread. That's the dinner. And it is a dinner. And for them, they've been grazing all day, so that's what they need for dinner. But my parents want like, a full dinner, especially when they're guests. So I had gotten used to this. And so I always had huge lunches, which is not hard because there's this great roll sandwich place called Box Lunch, and I just love their sandwiches. So I would just eat 1 or 2 of those for lunch. I'm not even hungry for dinner. And so the first night, my parents eat and they're really hungry, and they don't tell me this at the time, but they go back to their apartment. They're in like an in-law suite, and they basically like eat all their snacks that night because they're so hungry. Next morning comes. My in-laws also don't do a big breakfast. So breakfast is kind of like you're on your own. Go to the kitchen, and most people have a piece of bread with butter, maybe multiple pieces of bread with butter. No one's making like an omelet, or an egg dish. There's nothing like that. And when you go to my mom's for breakfast, she is making multiple things and has multiple choices for what you can eat. So she'll have a bagel spread, and then she'll have fried rice. Like it's not enough to just have one thing. So my parents come down for breakfast and they're like, what's everyone eating? And I'm like, oh, toast. And then I was like, oh yeah, that's weird to people. I'll make you some eggs. Do you want some eggs? And my mom's like, yes, please. So I make her like a couple of eggs, but it's not like a feast. Then for lunch, box lunch, obviously. So then dinner comes again that night, and it's similar. It's like a salad, but the salads never have that much on them. Like no protein, no cheese. It's just like lettuce, shaved carrots, tomatoes, some cucumber, like a real light garden salad. And then I think it was like a little pasta with some sauce. Super simple. All the meals are super simple that they cook, really straightforward. Again, I'd gotten used to this. I'd had 1.5 box lunch sandwiches. I'm fine. But again, not realizing my parents are like really struggling. So we finish dinner. My parents go to their suite, and I get a text that says, please bring me food. And I'm like, please bring me food. Okay. So I just grabbed some pretzels, some hummus, some apples. I just grabbed stuff that I see. I'm like, bring me food. I'm just like, whatever. They must be hungry and they're embarrassed to come into the house. I'll go bring them food. So my husband's like, where are you going? And he's my fiance at the time. And I'm like, oh, my parents want food. I don't know. I'll be right back. I go up to the apartment, and it's like in a completely separate part of the property. Like you can't hear anything. And my mom's like, why aren't they feeding us? I said, oh, Mom, they just don't have a lot of food, but here, you can have all this food. So I give her a bunch of food, pretzels and hummus. She's like scarfing it down. She's like so hungry. And I was like, oh, and I look over, and their kitchen is like as if someone has ransacked the kitchen because they've basically gone through all their luggage to look for all the food that they brought. And they had literally gone through it all. She's like, I don't understand why they don't feed us. And I was like, oh no, it's just they don't do big dinners because they graze all day. And I'm so sorry. I should have said something. I just didn't. That's just how they do dinners here. I'm so sorry. And she goes, I'm just starving. How could you do this? And my dad goes, it's really wrong not to feed your guests. And I was like, I am so sorry. I had forgotten how weird this behavior was when I started, and I had come up with all these ways to like fix my experience so that I wasn't hungry, and I like forgot to do that for my parents. And so they were like, we're leaving tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. so we can get a real breakfast. Dad already picked a great brunch spot. And I was like, I totally understand that. Why don't I see if I can figure out if we can make a bigger brunch or go to brunch as a family? And she's like, I'm just starving. And I was like, I understand. And then next morning they leave early-ish, and she goes, I'm never coming back here. And she said that 6 times now.